Hi, I'm Joe Chilly, mornings from 7 to 9 at Buffalo's oldie station, the Big Weck. Joining us on the Big Weck's Buffalo on the Rise today is Derek Lang, Clinic Director for QC Kinetics. How you doing?
Hey, doing good, Julie.
I've got to ask you a question right off the bat.
Yeah.
Now, I know you guys, your corporate offices are in Charlotte, right? QC Kinetics, what does the QC stand for?
So believe it or not, QC stands for Queen City.
Really?
It does.
Well,
Isn't that something that has to do with this area here?
Yeah, Queen City, Buffalo to Queen City.
I know.
Yeah, it kind of brings it all to heart. You know?
And I have no idea why it was called Queen City or QC. I just know it stands for Queen City. Yeah.
All right. So now that we get into talking about QC Kinetics, you know, you talk about PRP, even in your commercials. Explain to me again, what is PRP?
Yeah, so platelet-rich plasma. Our bodies produce plasma. Plasma has great healing properties in itself, but platelet-rich plasma takes it to the next level. It's full of platelets and white blood count, and you really want that in order for the body to heal certain things like musculoskeletal, soft tissue injuries, ligaments, tendons. It's a cell-to-cell signaler. It really pushes that healing to the next level. Can
you give me an idea of what the difference between regular plasma and PRP plasma is? Is it like 6 times, 10 times greater? What?
Yeah, so regular plasma, we call that PPP, which stands for platelet poor plasma.
Okay.
Now, that doesn't necessarily mean, like I said, it's a bad thing. But the difference in platelet-rich plasma and your regular plasma is the fact that it does have a higher concentration. We call it liquid gold. And you'll see it whenever we draw the blood and spin it down. When you want good PRP, you can see it in that syringe. Plasma will have a little reddish, almost looks more like blood, but whenever we get that high concentration of platelet-rich plasma, it's that amber, very gold looking.
Liquid gold.
That's right.
All right. What makes regenerative medicine better than surgery as an option?
You come in, you're in pain, they're going to give you some medication, they may want to give you a steroid injection. Ultimately, it's time for surgery, right? It's time to cut and put metal in, replace that area, get you out of pain. But ultimately, you're taking away your own anatomy. You're having to cut that bone, and once that cartilage and that soft tissue is gone, you can't put it back. It's not like a haircut, 2 weeks later it grows back. And
right.
So, regenerative medicine, it has come so far, and QC Kinetics, they really have it down. And so when a patient presents with arthritis, soft tissue injuries, shoulder rotator cuff injuries, anything like that, ligaments, tendons, there are other options that can be better than surgery. And we feel like we have that down. QC Kinetics, they say, Joe, we can't guarantee that someday you may have to have surgery. But what they do stamp their guarantee on is this is about the only option available in medicine that can keep you from it today.
Is it painful to have it done?
I don't think so at all. I actually had the treatments. If you can take an injection, if you've had a steroid injection before, my specialists, they're highly trained to do this. We even use ultrasound to guide if we need to. To answer your question, if you can take a stick of a needle, fill the area, almost feel like a cloud filling up, that's really all the pain there is to it.
And what type of injuries or what kind of people would you suspect or would want to come in for this type of treatment?
Yeah, so we see a lot of course, arthritis in general. With arthritis, so many people have arthritis. It can be for idiopathic, which means unknown. It can also be from genetically, from your family. It can be hereditary, but then you do get those soft tissue injuries. You get the rotator cuff. We have a hockey player that came in. He'd been treated with PPP, regular plasma. We told him, he thought it was PRP. Come to find out, we saw the results, and compared to our PRP, we were able to give him 17,000 times more of the platelet-rich plasma than what he thought he was getting. And so I can't be specific, but I'll just tell you that school paid for his treatment to have done.
How many treatments does this generally take?
So it depends on what we are treating, the areas we're treating, and the protocol. Generally, it's between 3 and 5. Most of them are within the first month and a half to 2 months, and there's about 4 within those first 2 months. We treat it very aggressive on the front end. Then we give your body a break, let that mitosis happen, let the regeneration go, and then we see you in 3 months after that. We want to keep up with you each time. And then at the end, we're not just going to pat you on the back and send you out the door. You know, we're going to make sure we'll give you another plasma booster, and as well as a class 4 deep tissue laser that we utilize.
And you feel gradual improvement as this is going on?
You know, a lot of people do. It's one of those situations. I always tell people, you know, when you break a bone, what's the first thing to do? Well, they put a cast on. Well, how long do you have to wear that cast for? Sometimes 6, 9 to 12 weeks. We're not talking about osteoblast and osteoclast here. That's what the bones have to do. And if you take that cast off early, you have a chance of malunion. So I tell patients, time is the worst part about this treatment. And patients they'll start day 1, and then 2 weeks later we get ready to see them. They'll come back and say, hey, can I just get a bunch of those injections I had last time? I'm already feeling good. I said, well, you can, but that's just the first step. So yeah, it can be gradual. It can be onset after a certain one. Yeah.
All right. Derek Lang, Clinic Director from QC Kinetics, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. For more information and answers to your questions, contact QC Kinetics by calling 716-222-9595 or go to qckinetics.com. Sponsorship and promotional consideration for the preceding segment was provided by QC Kinetics. And join me weekday morning 7 to 9 a.m. on The Big Weck.